Jaikranti Mahavidyalaya, Latur, is organized an international e-conference. For today's session on the dais is Honorable Dr. Nisha Varghese, ma'am. So first of all, I heartily welcome to you, madam. I welcome the chief organizer of an international conference, the ideal principal, Dr. M. Bedkar sir, and also the principal of Jaikranti Mahavidyalaya, Latur. The topic for today's presentation is the science and art of generative artificial intelligence. Now the topic is going to present, as I have mentioned, the keynote speaker, Dr. Nisha Varghese, ma'am. Presently, she is serving as an assistant professor at the Department of Computer Science, and she is from Christ University, Bangalore. So with this brief introduction, now I request you, madam, please start your presentation on the topic, the science and art of generative AI. You are most welcome.
Thank you so much, sir. Shall I first share my PPT?
Yes, ma'am. Please. Yes.
I hope you can. It is visible, I think.
Yes, ma'am. It's visible.
Yes,
okay.
Ma'am, it is visible.
Thank you so much. And today's our topic is the science and art of generative AI and a deep dive into large language models. And before getting into large language models and generative AI, I have to share one thing. This is we all know that we are considering this as a Mada Pida Guru Devam. This Mada Pida Guru Devam, why I put this one, which means this is my third session I am taking in this Becker's this international conference session. It is started long back. First time when I took a session, at that time I did a mistake. Why? Because it got a little bit late, and that was my first session. And I don't know how to present and all at that time. And by tension, I forgot to say the thank you to all. But at that time, after the session, sir called me and he talked me like that, Nisha, your session was very good, but you forgot to just thank to all like that. That was a humble suggestion for that. So I took that in my mind. After that, I conducted so many sessions, and with the Baker sir, this is the third session I am going to present today. And as a Mada Pida Guru Devam, as a guru, and Baker sir is also there. And whenever we are asking any doubt, something regarding to copyright, when we put a message also, he is calling back. That much a humble personality I ever seen in my life. And sir, from my heart, I am telling you are also in the place of my teacher or a guru like that. Thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful support and all. And I thank to all other coordinators of this 1000 days of seminar session and this international conference and e-conference national session and all. And today we are going with I hope I am audible properly, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. So today we are going to discuss the two things only. First one is generative AI, and second one is large language model. We all are aware of this ChatGPT and all. And you can see the right hand side here. It is a hierarchy like that: artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, generative AI, large language model, then pre-trained transformers, GPT-4, ChatGPT like that. So the hierarchy is going like that. And before going to the session, I just want to display one video.
Good evening, everyone.
I think
Good
this
evening,
you can visible, right?
Thank you. Once again, you give me the opportunity. I welcome you all to the topic of science and art of generative AI, a deep dive into large language models. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Becca sir, and thank you.
Once again, you give me the opportunity. I welcome you all to the topic, the science and art of generative AI, a deep dive into large language models.
Good evening, everyone.
So this video I generated using one tool, and I hope you all you seen this today's Baker sir shared this one. So there is one photo is there. That's my photo is there. That photo I entered in one website, and that only one photo they generated the video according to the text what I entered. That video only first I am just sharing, and we will get to know how to create and all by the coming slides. And first of all, before going to generative AI, we are just thinking generative AI is not a new thing. But before that, so many models are there. Then how the advancement is just happening. Here you can see here the first image. Here it is zebra and horse there. We can easily identify that which one is zebra, which one is horse. That is known as the discriminative way. We can easily discriminate. But the second image is here. In the second image, from this, we cannot easily predict that tomorrow it will be rain or not like that. So something we can easily classify what is right, what is wrong and all. But sometimes we are not able to predict some kinds of things. So that is the discriminative, which means we can easily classify or we can easily separate two different things. We can easily find out what is what like that. Generative AI, which means something we are creating. So what the video now you just seen, which means I uploaded one photo. And in that photo, based on what I entered, it is responding me back as a video. So that is generating something. And whatever it is, the models or previous model, machine learning, deep learning, artificial intelligence, so many things we are listening. But all plays with numbers only. Whatever the input we are entering, that may be image, that may be video, that may be song, or any kind of things that will be converted to numbers. Then the numbers are playing an important role. So here, if we are just dim or if we are closing our eyes nearly 80%, if we are looking, we can see that blur image as Abraham Lincoln like that. So how the machines are taking, machines it is dividing and that it is converting this image, it will be converted to the numbers. These numbers are playing and identifying by the model. So this is actually happening by the discriminative models. It is taking one image. Here it is taking the image as 7 and or 2, whatever it is. And after that, it is going and it is finding out it is 2 or it is 7 like that. Here also it is understanding it is cat or dog like that. The machine learning model, it is providing cat or dog like that. So these are all some of the example for discriminative models. It is classifying it's a cat or dog or 1, 2, 3 like that. It is identifying the specific thing. It is nothing. It is newly creating anything. And sometimes machines will be very difficult to find out some kinds of things. For example, here in this thing there are 8 dogs and 8 cookies. So these kinds of things, sometimes model will be very difficult to understand which one is the dog, which one is the cookies. But here in this case, human can easily identify there are 8 dogs are there, there are 8 cookies or cupcakes are there. Okay, but when the models are prominent than the human, which means some kind of situations humans are helpless to predict something. For example, this is one of the image of diabetic retinopathy. This diabetic retinopathy is happening when it is a human retinal problem. So even with a small or a scanner or X-rays, that kinds of things are really helpless the ophthalmologist to identify it as a diabetic retinopathy or some other reason like that. So this kind of cases, when humans are really helpless, at that time, this model can help in a better way to detect something. So this is also one of the example for the discriminative model. And when we are coming to the generative AI, that kinds of case, here you can see here, Gemini we are using, ChatGPT we are using, and here we can enter any of the things. First one is, could you please write a story in English? We can communicate with that. क्या आप एक कहानी लिखेंगे? In Hindi we can ask, or in Malayalam, oru katha ezhudumo. In Malayalam it is like that. So if you are clicking with any of the model, even in Gemini or even in ChatGPT, we can just copy paste any of the here. We can copy paste anything. Could you please write a story like that? If we are entering, we will get. Otherwise, if you want to, or display a cat. AI and how the large language models are different, which means large language models are only connected with the text what we are entering, and generative AI, which means it is a superset of the large language model. Not only the text it is coming, that may be images, that may be video, audio, whatever it is. So this Gemini and this ChatGPT we are in our day-to-day life we are using. But now recently only this GPT and all, they are displaying the images and all. Before that it was a pure large language model system. They are not able to display the images and all. So now we can say that this is a generative AI, or if it is completely belongs to text, which means we can say it is a large language model. That is the major difference it is coming, and we can utilize in any of the things. ChatGPT, you are very familiar with that, and in ChatGPT also, if you want to communicate with any kind of other languages, which means we can go to the settings, and normally here the language will be auto detect, which means suppose if you are entering Malayalam, it will identify it is Malayalam and it will give the result, and if it is Hindi it will identify. Or suppose if you want any specific language, we can select the languages here, and here it is Hindi is there, Gujarati it is there, Kannada it is there, and Malayalam, Marathi, and Tamil, Telugu. So Indian languages, many of the Indian languages are there. So likewise, we can select any of the language, we can go and all. And suppose if you want to write anything in Hindi or any other language, we don't want to go with the Hindi text. Suppose we can enter like write a poem in Hindi. I'm just entering in only in English only, but here I'm getting the Hindi chords. Like easy chidiya asman mein udi chali, something like that. It is entering, it is creating the document right here. So it is not always mandatory we have to enter our own language like that, or whatever the language it is able to understand, it is getting back the result. So what is the difference between this generative AI and this LLM like that? Before going to in the detail, we have to understand in the language models, we used to say the entering test as known as the prompt. And what we are retrieving back here in this also, what we retrieved, we entered this thing. Please write write a poem in Hindi. This is known as write a poem in Hindi is known as the prompt that we are giving into the model. And what the answer we are retrieving back from the tool, that is known as the completion. That is known as the completion that we are getting back. So now I am taking you all to one of my blog only actually that I created long back. So how different models are creating different kinds of things. This is a long back, I think August 6, 2022 I created. So this prompt only, this misty Christmas night with a Christmas tree, with lights, Santa, reindeers, with the background of a northern lights. So this is the prompt what I have entered all the models. And different models are created differently. Okay, sometimes the model will give accurately. So that is the efficiency of the model. Okay, that model is very well trained, which means we will get better accuracy. So this is I generated using one tool, Photor. So here you can see reindeers are there, northern lights are there, aurora borealis. And here it is Christmas trees and Santa Claus, everything it is there. Very clear, very good one image. And when we coming down using the same prompt, you can see here the same prompt only I entered here. So first I used DALL-E. DALL-E was OpenAI's one top. At that time it was not free, and I used Mini DALL-E. Mini DALL-E was another thing, and a DALL-E Mini that you can see here also. You can see Santa, reindeer, Christmas tree, and all northern lights, everything. And next one, Imagine. There are so many tools are there. I just want to identify which model is good. I go to this model, DALL-E and all, very good model, but we have to take the premium account. I didn't go for any of the premium account, but I just want to check how the models are reflecting, which means they are getting the completion, or they are giving back the images, and how the accuracy it is coming. Is there any mistake they are generating? And another thing is stable diffusion. This is also one of the popular thing. But here we cannot see any Santa Claus and all, rust and all it's there. And the another one is there also reindeers, Christmas trees, everything. Santa is missing. This is one Gooey Dreamer. And there are so many tools are there. Generative, everything. So this is one, and we can identify which model is. I think this is the fine one. I got it based on the prompt what I entered. More than that, so many other models will work in an efficient way, like OpenAI models and all that. But we have to get the premium account. Like this way we can generate. And as a test, I used some kinds of tools and all. I just want to create, and I have to find out what mistake it is there, like that. So here I gave the different tools I tried and create an image in the concept of mother, father, teacher, and God in Indian scenario. So you can see this image. I hope you all can see this image, right? Hello?
Yes, we can see.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, you can see.
Oh, okay. I'm not getting any response, so I'm just checking all are there or not. Like, okay, thank you so much. And here in this image, we can see here, and some of the Indian concept when we are taking some goddess and all. There are two, not only two hands. There are so 4 hands and like that. More than 2 hands, it's available. So when it is coming in the concepts of Indian gods and Indian scenario, there are some things we can see here. And here also there are more than 2 hands and it is visible. So, but it is not exactly accurate image like that we cannot say. But this is one of the not much popular model, but it is created. And the second one, I just removed that statement as Indian scenario. I removed. I just gave us concept of father, mother, and teacher and God. So that Indian scenario is completely changing here. But here also we can see here some additional hands are there. Here in this angel, 2 wings are in right side. There are some mistakes and all those things we can see. Here 1 additional hands and there. So that kinds of mistakes, which means because of the inefficiency of the model to produce a better result. So how we are getting the better result, which means that model should train a sufficient amount of or adequate amount of data they should train. Then only we will get a higher quality images. The next one, I just removed from that the concept of mother, father, teacher only. So in this one, you can see here, there are so many things, interesting facts. See here 1 additional hand is there. As a normal human being, there won't be more than 2 hands. And here also some leg is missing. Here this hands in completion you can see. And here some beard and all it's there. So that kinds of mistake, and even though we cannot see one leg is missing for this person, so there are so many mistakes are there in the figure. That is known as the hallucination in generative AI. Why? Because it is lack of the efficiency of the model. Likewise it is coming. And these are some of the example I took from the previously what we seen. I have prepared only. This is the one of the example I took from the Wikipedia. And Wikipedia, it is generated using the DALL-E 2 version, and the quote or prompt it is provided. 1960s art of cow getting abducted by UFO in the Midwest. And we know that UFO, that flying objects and all, never it will come on the cow like that. And just check the size of the trees and the mountain and size of the cow and all. So somewhat it is not able to understand what the UFO exactly and how it will come and all. The model is not able to understand it in a proper way. So it will give a wrong kind of image will generate. And this is known as the hallucination. So hallucination, which means is an incorrect or misleading results that a model it is generating. That is maybe because of insufficient training data, and some models not able to understand what the prompt that we are entering. So the entering prompt is deciding the completion of the what we are getting or the answer. And some model will be biasness, some data will be biased to something and all. So that kind of biasness, there are so many types of biasness in the generative AI. And this one is the next image. This also I took from the Wikipedia. Here you can see a swimming pool full of galaxies. But actually this image is not hallucination. And what the quote or what the prompt that they are entering is swimming pool filled with a galaxy on a moonlight. So according to the prompt, what the model is generated is correct. There is no hallucination. But if we want to create any images like a dreamy image, like a dream like that, we have to create. Our swimming pool required this kind of thing. So it is not hallucination. According to our prompt, it understood and it has developed a dreamy image like that. So everything is completely up to our prompt that we are entering. So there are so many tools are there to, you are very familiar with deep fakes and all. And if we are just entering the video generation and all, we will get so many tools and techniques that you will receive. This is one of the app video generation. So if you are entering your photo or entering your prompt, anything that we are entering also, this and all, I just tried previously. Any kind of this thing, it will support. And next one, I just want to share you like that. This generative AI can create some. This is one of the popular website only, Unreal Person. So this is a complete example of the generative AI. So a unique people face photos that does not exist. Suppose if you want to use some example in some books and all, we can use this. Why? Because nobody will come as a copyright. Why? Because this kind of person is never existing in the world. Okay, some similarities will be there, of course, but the AI is generating, and maybe also in some cases we can find out the person, but they are claiming like that there is no such person is existing. And the next website is very popular only, and this deep fakes website. And in this deep fake also, you can see so many things like celebrities deep fakes. Nowadays it was very problematic in celebrities, film stars and all. And if you are clicking, you can see here Elon Musk and all, Brad Pitt. There are so many other things are there. So once you are going and just clicking, you will get the details how they are creating actually. how the videos we can just click on and we will get the video, how they are generating all these things. So duplicate video, they are acting like the same way, and after that they are putting the face. And next we can see here the Leonardo DiCaprio. Likewise, there are so many other things are there. So you can go and check later. And so these are all some of the generative AI examples. It's completely creating new videos based on the existing videos or what we are uploading, and generating a new person that is not existing, like that and all. So these are all the example for generative AI. So when we are going to completely belongs to text, that part is coming to language models, large language models and all. So if you are going with this EditPad org tool story generator and all, simply if you are going there, we can create the story. We just want to enter the story code here. It will generate length also. We can select short, medium, long or extensive, how much we need, that kinds of all. And story type, what kind of story we need. Is it humor or thriller or sci-fi, horror, love, realistic, classic, whatever it's the option. And what kind of age group, that is very, very important. Why? Because the kids, what they like, we know that. And the age gap, their interest is very different. So likewise, we can create the settings. And after entering the code here, so write a story on cat and dog, like anything we have to enter. Okay, so likewise it will be generate. I'm not going to that, I'll just show you. This is what I set and gave, and I gave the query, or I gave the prompt like that: create a story of a mermaid and a fisherman. Okay, so it wrote a story. Not only one story it will generate. Here you can see the down here, the story 1, story 2, story 3. So 3 different stories it will be generate based on the same prompt, and we will get the story. So when I tried with the same prompt, the fisherman and a mermaid, like that, I got the story like: once upon a time in a fishing village by a sea, there lived a young fisherman named Jack. Like that it is there, and you can see the number of words also here it is generated. So likewise we can create a short stories, that kinds of things for our kids and all. It will be very useful. And there are so many other tool generators are there. We can go on, just write, enter. Most of the things when we are going, they will ask for login, almost all. So we have to log in there, and we can utilize that. And next, when we are coming into the picture of this large language model, and now we've seen already what is hallucination and how the hallucination is affecting the images and even the text also, how it is affecting. And here we can say that actually this language models, which means here you can see this, the sky is. When I am asking the sky is, you can tell that the sky is blue, the sky is clear, the sky is, if in the evening, that may be like orange or pinkish color, or sky is like an artist. Anything we can enter, right? So language model, which means how the model is able to predict the most accurate word based on the previous thing. That is the basic simple logic of language models. And when we are coming with the picture of the large language models, it is training a huge, massive amount of data. And based on that data, now this all accuracy we are getting. It is generating poem, it is generating images, it is generating story, whatever it is getting by the Gemini, Copilot, ChatGPT and all. And now ChatGPT is 4.0. We can see that when we are opening the ChatGPT, it is GPT 4.0. May 13, it is updated as 4.0. This O means it is Omni. Omni means not only text. Till that period, it took text only. And now after that, they are taking the images and videos, whatever it is, we can enter and we can ask the question. So it is all kind of data it is accepting. So how these models are bringing the accuracy? One thing is this model having a huge, massive number of parameters. Parameters in the sense, we can say some kind of features. So here these are all the some kinds of models are there, even GPT-3, BARD, these are all the some kinds of models only. And here we can say we can see that how many billions of parameters it is taking. GPT-4 and all, now it is more than not in billion, it is in trillion. And the data training, how much GB, TB, likewise it is going. So this parameters and training data is very, very important in the accuracy or getting back the completion back. Some of the models are taking the huge amount of data set, including the Wikipedia, book and all. And this accuracy is important, data set is very important, and its training is also very, how it is training. Normal systems are able to do this kind of huge process. Why? Because we have a huge amount of text it is there in the area of a large language model. We used to say as corpus. Instead of text, we used to say as corpus. So huge amount of corpus we need. And here you can see GPU system. We are not affordable to buy a single GPU. Here 6,000 GPU, 12 days it need to work. And the cost around it will come nearly $2 million. $2 million, which means how much it will be the cost for execution and all it is taking. So only the normal people cannot afford this kinds of thing. Only the top-notch companies only doing all these things because of this reason. Why? Because this kind of facilities are required. This much of amount it will take. This much of resources it will take. That is the one reason. So they are taking this much of text and all. After and this GPT and all, it is training, that model we can take for our task. Why? Because they developed one thing and they are deployed one model, and we are using and we are getting the text, we are getting the story, we are getting back the poem, everything. So already that models are known as a foundation model. They are pre-training, they are offering us, we are taking back and we are utilizing that. So after this process, after the stage one, that model is known as the base model or foundation model, we can say. And from the foundation model, we can utilize the task. I'm not going into the detailed things and all. I'll share it with Becca, so you can take it. And these are all some of the examples for the foundation models. And we know that very popular nowadays OpenAI models, OpenAI and GPT. Not only GPT 1, 2, 3, 4, now 4.0, 5 is started, GPT Turbo, Da Vinci 3.5. There are so many versions of GPTs are there. And the second one is Meta family. Meta family also, there are so many models there. And Palm. Palm is developed by Google only. There are Palm based also. There are numerous numbers of models are there in the world now, for different kinds of tasks. We can utilize according to our task. This is one of the example. Llama, you may be heard about Llama. So when we are taking Llama is one of the thing only. When we are taking the Llama, at that time you can see here, this on Meta, you can see here, one of the Meta only Llama. In that Llama, we can see the numerous number of things. Here it is Llama, Chinese Llama, Chat Llama. There are so many versions of Llama. So different kind of task. In bottom, you can see here math purpose, financial purpose, medicine, law, bilingualism, which means the machine translation, one language to another language conversion, education, like that. It is any kind of purpose we can utilize different model. So you just imagine, only we are going with the Meta, we are getting these many models. Not only this model, there are so many other models in Llama itself. So how many models are in the world to explore? Okay. But even if we are preparing these kinds of models, so what will happen? It will affect the human or not? Or see here, you can see here it is a Stanford University AI Index report, and here it is they are mentioned like that. Bloom and GPT are some kinds of model. GPT is too huge model when we are comparing the Bloom, but when we are taking the Bloom, which means it is telling like that it is equal to the power of an average American home for 41 years. So 41 years of one average American home, it is taking that much of it is taking by Bloom. But GPT is 20 times more than that. So the carbon emission is very higher when we are training this kind of models. But unfortunately, the thing is, there is one Moore's law is there. Moore's law, which means new Moore's law, like that we used to say in generative AI. Suppose this year 100 models are there, which means next year it will be 100 into 10, which means 1000 model will be next year. If it is 1000 model next year, which means the next year it will come 10,000 model. That much huge explosion is happening in this area, including large language model and generative AI. So how much it will affect our global carbon emission, these kinds of things, that is also one huge drawback when we are considering this. So it will, of course, it will make environmental problems. And other than that, what are the other things? Loss of natural creativity. Before that and all, somebody is asking me to write a poem, which means I am not a poet. I don't know how to write a poem. But if somebody is asking to anybody, we can create whatever the poem it is, whatever the languages we can create. So loss of natural creativity, because machines are ready to develop these kinds of poems or stories, whatever it is. And the second one, over reliance on technology. We are teachers, we are really suffering these things, which means if we are giving the questions to students, they are completely utilizing this technology. They are getting the answer back very easily. And next one, convincing authority. Who created this? Or this poem I am submitting to somebody. Who created it? It's my own poem or somebody else created or machine generated. That kinds of things will be there. Even though there are so many tools and techniques to understand, is it AI generated, like that, but to overcome, there are that much of tools are there in another side. And psychological impact, they will believe some kinds of things. And data privacy, which means the training data that may be include our confidential information or our phone numbers or inaccurate data or some kind of sensitive data, that are all matters. And next, AI replaces human jobs. So many of the ways you can see that even content writers are helpless now. Why? Because we can generate easily the content, reports, everything. And vulnerability using prompt hacking. So that is somewhat in a higher level only. Hacking and all possible in the prompt. I'm not going depth into that area. And the final one is reliability. Which is true? What is true? And I am creating so many images. How the image is created or how the poem is created. If I am creating one poem, I am writing the down, Nisha Varghese, like that. What will be the future? Who is the author of that actually? So that kinds of things are very harm when we are considering the generative AI and all. And this is actually plays a huge role when we are going to the generative AI and large language model. Actually, in 2017, Transformers, that was like a revolution in the area of this natural language processing and generative AI and all. This architecture plays all the model in different way, and this is the main reason like this huge explosion. So all the language models and generative AI models are following this architecture, and this is the backbone of the architecture. or all the models. And this what I told you is like a Moore's law. Next year it will be 10 into the current year. How much it is current year? If it is 60, which means 600 it will be. So I'll just show you one of the tool, how much it is this kind of models are exploding like that. Here this is one of the tool, this is one of the live tool only. And what are all the, how much see, you can see here. When I started 2019, the research at that time, only these models, only the GPT, T5 and BERT and all. And when I reached now to 24, there is numerous numbers of the tools. When this is, you can see here, how many billions of parameters, who it is developed, actually what is the size. Here OpenAI, GPT-4. Star you can see. Why? Because GPT-4, how much parameters and all, they never disclosed. Star, which means they are never disclosing, they are not ready to disclose anything about that model. So likewise, you can see small to large, so many numbers of model. Here we are clicking, if we want, we will get only the GPT related model only. And likewise, we will get back the result, Llama related model only. Or suppose if you want Google related model, which means we can go. We will get only the Google related model, or a Facebook model only we get. So likewise, by through all, what are all the models developed by Apple, and what are all the Chinese model. And now we know that China very popular there, all in this area, and OpenAI very popular area, and what are all the models they developed and all. Likewise, you can go and search, and all the details I provided. What are all the how it is created, what is the size, any data set, how many models are existing, and it's all the details are there. We can check what data set is used, how much it is size and all. So numerous model, which means numerous models are in the world, all the details they are provided. Likewise, we can scroll down and you can check. I'll share this with the Beckett sir, you can ask if you want also. So these are all the some kinds of models and the tools I included in the session. And I'm winding up this session with thank you. And if you have any kind of interaction like that, we can go with the interactive session. Sir, from my side, this all only. And if you anybody need to interact something, we can interact.
Thank you so much, ma'am, Dr. Nisha ma'am, for the wonderful presentation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now, I request all the participants, if you have any query or would like to share something, please come ahead, dear participants.
Good evening to all participants. Thank you, Principal Dr. M.M. Bedkar sir, Prashant Ugade sir, and all organizing committee members. Thank you so much, Nisha ma'am. Your presentation is very nice. Your lecture is very informative. Topic is very good. They are useful for us. I have one question, ma'am. First question is, what is generative AI concept? And second question is, what is generative AI art?
Art, okay. Generative AI concept in the sense of it is something we have to create. Something we have to create, which means that may be image we have to generate, or story we have to generate, or poem we have to generate. That may be anything. So we need a model. So what are all the things we created and all? It's based on that model. They already uploaded in as they deployed. Okay, so they deployed everything model. The platform we are interacting the model, and we can also create the model in the classes and all. I used to create the model and I'll demonstrate it. This is the way to develop the model, and after that we can. So it won't be user friendly, but we can enter the question or enter the prompt and we will get the answer back. That is the concept, and the main thing is the architecture. Transformer architecture is very strong enough to provide this kind of answer. And the second one is art, which means we can utilize for different purpose. That may be image or story or a poem, whatever it is, we can create it.
Your explanation is very wonderful and excellent. So that I congratulate Chief Organizer, Dr. M.M. Bedkar sir, Prashant Ugade sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Cambria ma'am.
Hello, good evening, Dr. Bedkar sir, Principal sir, Prashant sir, and good evening, ma'am. Wonderful presentations you have made. We are not techno people. I'm from the medical field, but we are also using somewhere, the AI, and for diagnostic point of view and giving differential diagnosis, we are getting this AI aid, in the medical field. And no doubt the chat GPT is maybe very primitive, but it is very great for us also. We are using it frequently. But my question is, the AI tools, what you have talked about, like, you had shown some videos, or we can have a kind of a music also with the AI, we can create. I was just searching for tabulation, that AI will make a very easy tabulation for me, because what I was thinking, it was not, I was having number of rows and number of columns. So it was not getting formed with the Excel, So I was a little confused. So I was using some AI, I was searching, and I think one of the international authority, I asked this question also. She talked about something organizer, but I could not get. For people like us, we are not dealing with the technical things daily. And is there any source, where we'll get multiple options to work out? So that is my question.
Yes, sir. That is also possible. We can give the Excel data or even the image of a table also. These kind of models are able to get the details, or even the calculations are possible. One thing, we can utilize a programming language like Python with 2 lines of code. It will process everything. Second one, we can utilize the large language models itself. It will do whatever the process. Not only in the tabulation also, as you are from the medical side, there are so many models are there in the large language model, like clinical BERT. Clinical BERT is one of the model, and BioBERT. There are so many models are there that supporting different, that we used to say as the domain specific models. Domain specific models are the models that they are belongs to a specific domain. That may be legal, that may be financial, that may be medical, or whatever it is. So we have to find out what is our domain, and based on that, if we are applying, we will get accurate result.
Yeah, thank you very much, because I was not just searching with the AI. I went to so many places, but everyone was asking for heavy charges and premium versions. They were required. They were asking.
Okay, sir. Sure, I will collect your number from Baker sir. In my mind, there is no proper model is coming now, but I know many models. I'll contact, of course, through Baker sir with you, and I'll send you what are all the models that will help you out. Okay, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Wonderful presentation you have made, and very extensive and elaborative, and we got number of facets to learn. Thank you very much with your great presentation.
All credit goes to Baker sir. Why? Because I started.
Yeah, definitely. He's one of the person, who is motivating us, and I think, we are getting such a great knowledge. It is not just, my related with my concerned subjects, but I think I'm becoming multifaceted personality because of him, because I'm getting interest in all subjects, and I keep asking questions, because the asking questions gives a clue for further things. So I keep asking questions, and this opportunity has been given by the great Dr. Bedkar, sir, principal, sir. So I'm really very much thankful to him also. Very thankful. Thank you.
Okay, sir. And one more thing. First, I started the presentation with this platform only, and that I introduced by Ravi Shankar, sir. He only told me he's regularly joining one sir only, and I'm thanking him. And after that, through my contacts, more than 25 people they presented in this platform. I'm happy to. So still we have a connection to Bakers. All are telling the same only. And Helen K. Joy and all, you are familiar nowadays. And she also tell very humble person. Whatever the thing also we can ask. That kind of personalities are very. I'm not praising him. It is from my heart. I am telling, sir.
Yeah, whenever anything is asked, he's giving answers back, and he's supporting us, motivating us. So I think it is a greatness of him. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Anyone else? Any questions?
Ma'am, myself, Dr. Pagare.
Okay, sir.
I'm preferring ChatGPT, but sometimes I want some information. But in last day, you can clarify your information. The ChatGPT give that message in lastly. So how can you confirm it? How can you trust it? That is a question.
Okay, there are two perspectives are there actually. One thing is that getting information is correct or not, we have to check manually once. Because suppose if we are entering, we are telling prepare a research article, it will prepare, but mostly the references and all that may or may not be exist in the world. That kinds of that is known as a hallucination. Another thing, the checking the reliability and all, nowadays higher end similarity checking tools like Turnitin and all, it will tell like that this much percentage of AI content it is there like that and all. But if there is a tool to find out, there are so many other options to remove that also. So that kinds of cases are there.
But their confusion is more because some newcomer or some new learner, he don't know about what is true or what is false, what is right, what is wrong. That is
the question, sir. Really, it's a question. Yeah. What is true, what is false? Now all are facing the issue there.
Yeah. And in some cases, ma'am, we think about in Indian scenario, it is different thing. And other scenario different. Just like you showed that family, for family. It is because there are characteristics of AI. It is a helpful in learning. You say it is a personalized. It is a help to the learning process. But this type of things, it mainly harden or it confuse to that learner.
Yes, exactly, sir. It's very difficult to find out which one is true, which one is false nowadays. Yeah. Even the tools are there. Also, we are really helpless. Especially we are computer science faculties. We are facing a lot because of these models.
Because I am from education faculty, because I am creating that thing, constructionism or whatever, that is important for our students. So in Indian thing is different thing and foreign thing is different because students, they don't know about multi-information and other things also in rural areas. So it is very important for that thing.
Okay. Somebody
very nice presentation.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Somebody asking me what are all the research tools and that you can use when we are focusing research tool and all. There are numerous number of research tools are there, and Genie is one of that. And if anyone you need to contact me, I'm just entering my mail ID here. You can contact me, no issues. And even more research support or research related tools, I'll share you with. Or if you want PPT also, I'll share you with.
I think Katre sir, Rajeshwar sir would like to ask something, please.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening to everyone.
Good evening, sir.
I want to ask brain simulation in terms of AI. So it will be good for future or not? And what about the research going on in the AI field of to know about the brain connection? I think 50,000 brain connections like the AI is generated, and human brain is having near about 1 lakh brain connections. will the AI will completely simulate the human brain, and that will be very dangerous for the future if the complete capacity of the human brain is achieved by the AI brain. And what will happen? It will replace the complete human being and its the humanity. What do you
It's
say about that?
quite an interesting question, but the thing is, sir, AI is never reached up to the level of human now. But some cases, like I told, diabetic retinopathy and all, when humans are helpless, computers can do or machines can do more. But many of the cases, they cannot take or they cannot overhead the human. For example, some that is known as the ambiguity in some cases. For example, human are not able to tell some things and all. Or I just want to share like that. I saw a boy with a binocular. That is one of the example I am telling. So how you will understand? I saw a boy with the binocular, or I saw a boy he is holding binocular. Even a text is coming. Also, humans are really helpless to understand. Like the same way, only the machines are also. They are not able to understand it in a proper way. And what you asked, this brain simulation and all, it is coming properly neuro-linguistics way. Neuro-linguistics way, which means how the neural things are coming, and it is connected with the linguistics part of the or prompt. We can say that it's a text connection. How the humans are thinking, likewise it is simulating. Complete and all, it will take years and years and years, sir. But that is also danger. Of course, it is danger. There are so many, like when E equal to MC square like equation, when it is created, at that time he never thought that is like an energy based on that. That is one of the source of the electronic side. That is energy making one only. Like reactors and all, energy creation only he expected. But using that same only, they created atom bombs also. So that kind of conflicts will be there. How much advancement is there also? How much drawbacks? ChatGPT, we can use it in a positive way also, negative side also. So everything there is positive and negative side. The humans needs to take an action. What we have to go like that. Danger, of course, danger it is there, sir.
Right now, it is used for brain uploading and brain mapping. Some technologies are developing like IBM. So it will be threat to humanity.
Yeah, so many top-notch companies are doing the research in that, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, Bedkar sir and our team. First of all, once again, I thank you. Thank you, Bedkar sir, and thank you, Nisha ma'am. Ma'am has introduced me for this platform. And I'm very grateful to you, Nisha ma'am and Bedkar sir. So we are the friends, we are the team who have joined ICE University. We know the personality of Bedkar sir, how a humble person. What are the new opportunities he provided to us? It's very grateful, sir. We are very grateful about you. And thank you, sir, and Nisha madam. It's very good session. And we expect more AI tools, how to use the research purpose and everything. We're expecting that.
Sure.
So this is the right time we can keep the relax and listen your class. This is the right time, sir. Also choose the time to share to the faculties and the audience. It's very good, very good. Thank you, sir. I will plan to the next session in your platform. Thank you for giving an opportunity again. And thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Vinita. Yes, yes. Yes, sir, exactly. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Honorable Dr. Devidas Kendre sir, Ratri Rajeshwar sir, Dr. Sanjay Shukla sir, Dr. Pagare sir, Honorable Pradnya Swami ma'am, and Vinita ma'am for nicely discussed with the keynote speaker, and ma'am have explained it very clearly. So thank you so much. Now I request the chief organizer of today's national conference, Dr. Prakash Rao Tandre sir, who is the principal and the chief organizer of Jaikranti College of Education, Latur. Sir, please welcome. You have some words for the session today. Please.
Firstly, I want to thank Dr. Nisha Madam, Dr. Bedkar sir, and Dr. Prashant sir for providing us an opportunity and platform also for that academic discussion and academic knowledge enrichment sessions are there day-to-day life every day. Today, we are hearing about the AI, Chat GPT, and these kind of things, including in our education and including in a teacher's day-to-day life, as ma'am discussed today. That we have to know the art and science behind it, the AI and its use. Chat GPT, we just hear nowadays. We are just hearing the Chat GPT and AI, but many countries are going to use it in their education regularly, and for that kind of knowledge we are eager to know the more about the AI from madam also in the future sessions. I want to thank to everyone who are joining to our this conference, and thanks to the actively participations in that conference. So we have the nice discussion on the AI, and nicely know the better the parts of the AI, and how the AI will be generate, how the AI will be grow in the future also. Madam told us that the benefits and the harms also. So we must know the harms firstly, so we don't lose our creativity, as ma'am say, and we have to use it positively. We have to use it for the minimalistic, I say, the minimalistic way. We have to use it, and we grow our community, and we grow our teaching and learning with the AI. That is helpful to our future also. So once again, I want to thank you to Dr. Bedkar sir, Prashant sir, and ma'am also. Thank you for everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Baker sir, once again for the opportunity.
Thank you, Honorable Dr. Tandre sir, for your message and appreciation the session. Now I request the organizer of Sri Kumar Sumi Mahavidyalaya, Dr. M. Bedkar sir, to conclude the second session. Please welcome, sir.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I move towards the vote of thanks. Sri Kumaraswamy Mahavidyalaya Avsa, District Latur, and Jaikranti College of Education Latur jointly organized today's national conference, and the keynote speaker for today's session was on dais Honorable Dr. Nisha Varghese ma'am, who have wonderfully explained the topic, the science and art of generative AI. Ma'am, really it was very knowledgeable session, and we understood a lot from your lecture today, where you explain what is the generative AI, how does generative artificial intelligence work for the art, and what is the science behind artificial intelligence. So these points you covered in your lecture so nicely, clearly, and also all the concepts you have made very clear. So I'm very, very thankful to you. You have paid your valuable time to the session. Thank you so much, ma'am. I also thanks the chief organizer, Dr. Tandre sir, and also Dr. M.M. Bedkar sir. Specially thanks Dr. Devidas Kendre sir, Katre sir, Swanand Shukla sir, Dr. Pagare sir, Pradnya ma'am, and also Vinita ma'am for nicely discuss with the keynote speaker. And at last, I should not forget all those dear and sweet participants who joins regularly to the session, to the series. Thank you so much once again to you all. Now I kindly request you please fill the feedback link which is given in the chat box. So with the kind permission of chief organizer, I declare today's session is over. Thanks a lot to you all once again. Thank you, Nisha ma'am.
थैंक यू निशा मैम और बेदकर सर, आपको भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, और प्रमोद सर आपको भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद कि आपने बहुत अच्छे रिसोर्स पर्सन को आपने बुलाया और यहाँ हम लोगों को सुनने को मिला। और क्रिस्ट यूनिवर्सिटी से मैम है, क्रिस्ट यूनिवर्सिटी का आज कार्यक्रम चल रहा है, वहाँ भी FDP चल रहा है कार्यक्रम लगातार सोशियोलॉजी डिपार्टमेंट से निशा मैम, तो मैं वहाँ लगातार जुड़ा हुआ भी हूँ वहाँ 2 दिन से। वहाँ एक मेरे विवेक सर हैं जो कि उनके माध्यम से मुझे लिंक मिला था दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में, तो सर से हमारी अक्सर बातचीत होती रहती है। लेकिन जैसे मैंने मैम का आज पोस्टर पे मैंने नाम देखा, एक्चुअली तबीयत थोड़ी अस्वस्थ थी, सवेरे से आभासी माध्यम से कार्यक्रम था। निशा मैम, आपने AI से संबंधित इतनी अच्छी तरीके से जानकारी दी है। बेदकर सर का जब आप YouTube चैनल खोलेंगे तो AI पे प्रमोद सर काफी कार्यक्रम में बेदकर सर के माध्यम से हुए, मगर आज जो कार्यक्रम हुए, मैंने जब आपका PPT मैं देख रहा था, जो समझ में आ रहा था, मैं समझता हूँ कि जो मेरे डिपार्टमेंट, जो मास कम्युनिकेशन के डिपार्टमेंट के जो छात्र हैं निशा मैम, अगर वो आज इस वीडियो को देखेंगे जो मैंने शेयर भी किया है कॉलेज मैंने अपने बिहार यूनिवर्सिटी के ग्रुप में, और इसे जब देखेंगे तो मुझे लगता है कि AI को सही मायने में वो समझ पाएंगे। क्योंकि अगर देखा जाए तो कंप्यूटर साइंस की जब बातें आती है तो कंप्यूटर साइंस हमारे मीडिया क्षेत्र के लिए बहुत बड़ी चीज है ये, और ये अगर हमारे मास कम्युनिकेशन के जैसे जो छात्र हैं वो अगर इससे नहीं जुड़ते हैं तो मुझे लगता है कि वो आने वाले समय में अपने साथ एक खिलवाड़ कर रहे हैं। क्योंकि आने वाले समय में AI को लेकर चलना होगा, मगर एक आर्टिफिशियल है, वो आर्टिफिशियल ही रहेगा। मगर जब हम धरातल पे काम करने जाएंगे तो वहाँ भावनात्मक बातें होंगी। AI हो या गूगल मीट हो, जूम हो, ये एक जरिया है हम लोगों को एक संवाद करने का, एक बात करने का एक माध्यम हो सकता है, मगर भावनात्मक तो एक दूसरे के साथ जुड़े रहने का बहुत बड़ा अवसर है। जैसा कि मैं बेदकर सर को मैं अक्सर बोलता हूँ कि गुरु बिन कोई ज्ञान हो ही नहीं सकता। AI के बारे में तो बहुत लोगों ने सुना है, मगर AI के सही मायने में अभी देखिए आपराधिक नया कानून बना, उस पे कल मैंने देखा कि कई सारे थाना में इसके लिए बैठक हुए, चर्चाएं हुई, मगर वो चर्चाएं क्या हुआ, फीका का फीका रह गया। कारण है कि वो थाना का एक इंचार्ज, थाना का सिपाही क्या बताएगा, जब वहाँ एक लॉ का प्रोफेसर अगर जो बातें रख सकते हैं, लॉ के जो कॉलेज के जो शिक्षक जो बातें रख सकते हैं, वो एक कहा जाए, ये मैं नहीं कह सकता हूँ कि उनमें भी टैलेंट होगा, ऐसा नहीं है, मगर होता क्या है ना कि लोकल स्तर के थाना के जब लोग इससे समझाने के लिए आते हैं और वो सीधा इस तरह का प्रोस्पेक्टस मुझे दे देते हैं और कहते हैं कि इसे पढ़ लीजिएगा, तो वो इससे मोटा मोटी ही बात समझ में आ सकती है। तो मैं समझता हूँ कि एआई से मैम आप निशा मैम, मैं इतना बात इसलिए रखा हूं क्योंकि आपकी एक एक बात को मैं, मेरे तरफ नेटवर्क की समस्याएं अक्सर आ जाती है, मगर यूट्यूब पर के बेदकर सर का देन है कि वो यूट्यूब पर भी लाइव चलाते हैं इस कार्यक्रम को, तो मैं वहां से भी जुड़ जाता हूँ। मैंने एक एक शब्द को मैंने आपको जब देखा तो मुझे लिखने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ रही थी, मैंने देखा कि आपने बहुत बारीकी से समझा एआई को। और एआई का एजुकेशन से रिलेटेड बेदकर सर ने मतलब लगभग मुझे लगता है 4 से 5 से ज्यादा कार्यक्रम सर ने करवा दिए हैं, वो यूट्यूब पर अवेलेबल है। मैं जब भी इसे सुनूंगा तो मुझे लगता है इसे बार बार सुनने की आवश्यकता है, क्योंकि मैंने एक सही मायने में एक विशेषज्ञ व्यक्ति, आज विशेषज्ञ के साथ मैं जुड़ा हूं और विशेषज्ञ बातें को मैंने जाना है, विशेष बातों को जाना है। तो निशा मैम, मैं बिहार से हूँ, कोई बहुत बड़ा जगह से नहीं हूँ, और मेरा उद्देश्य है जहाँ एजुकेशन का हालात बहुत ही खास्ता है, मैं उस जगह से हूँ। और मैं बेदकर सर ने मुझे एक उद्देश्य दिया इस प्लेटफॉर्म में जोड़कर कि आप बिहार में कुछ नया करें, बिहार में कुछ अच्छी चीजों को क्रिएट करें। अभी भी मैं बताता हूँ बिहार में इतने सारे कॉलेज हैं, इतने सारे, मगर एक भी आभासी माध्यम से कार्यक्रम नहीं होते हैं। लॉकडाउन के टाइम में तो कुछ ना कुछ तो हुआ था, मगर उन्हें भी नहीं समझ में आता था कि ये क्या हो रहा है क्या नहीं हो रहा है, बच्चे जुड़े हैं तो सुन रहे हैं कि नहीं सुन रहे हैं, ये भी एक समस्याएं थी। मगर मैं समझता हूँ कि लॉकडाउन के ने मुझे जो ये वरदान दिया, गूगल मीट और जूम जैसे प्लेटफॉर्म, और अगर ये प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं होता मैम तो निशा मैम से हमारी बात नहीं हो पाती और निशा मैम मुझे नहीं जान पाती। तो ये माध्यम है, अगर ये मत समझिएगा मैम कि मैं आज जुड़ा हूँ तो आज तक ही सीमित है, ऐसा नहीं है। मैं ये बातें इसलिए कह रहा हूँ क्योंकि आपने जिस तरीके से बातों को रखा, मुझे लगा कि नहीं, कोई एक शिष्य और गुरु का जो रिश्ता होता है वो सही मायने में ये सार्थक था, क्योंकि आपने सही मायने में चीजों को बारीकी से समझाया। इसके लिए निशा मैम बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत आपका आभार। और प्रशांत सर, आपके संचालन के लिए बहुत बहुत आभार। अब प्रमोद सर, इसी तरीके से आप भी सर का कोऑपरेट करते रहे और सर के इसी तरह हम लोग के पास विषय विशेषज्ञ के साथ लाते रहे, हम लोग भी इसका लाभ ले पाएंगे। धन्यवाद।
बिहार के सर ने बहुत बहुत अच्छी बातें किया। बिहार एक ऐसी संस्कृति वाला स्टेट है कि सही मायने में इट इज द लीगेसी ऑफ द एजुकेशन। नालंदा, तक्षशिला, पूरे के पूरे जो यूनिवर्सिटीज है ना बिहार से आते, सबसे ज्यादा कलेक्टर हमारे महाराष्ट्र में, पूरे अधिकारी बिहार से आते भैया, सबसे बड़ा एजुकेशन वहाँ है।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल है सर, ये इसमें तो कोई, हमारे गांव में भी एजुकेशन बढ़ा हुआ है, टैलेंट की कमी नहीं है, वो टैलेंट झलकता है सर।
बेटकर सर को विनती करते हैं कि ये सर का एक लेक्चरर रखो, उनकी लैंग्वेज बहुत अच्छी है, लीडरशिप बहुत इमर्जिंग लीडरशिप फ्रॉम द बिहार, बहुत सारे मजा आती है सुनने के लिए। हिंदी बहुत मिठास है आपके हिंदी में। बिहार की राइट बहुत बेटकर सर, बहुत बेटकर सर के बारे में एक बात कहना चाहता हूं मैं। बेटकर सर ने कैसा इनोवेटिव आइडिया निकाल के लाया है कि बस, सुन रहे हैं ना, आवाज आ रहा है मेरा?
यस सर, गेटिंग।
बीच में फोन आया था एक, तो बेटकर सर ने एक ऐसा एक प्लेटफॉर्म इन्वेंटेड बाय हिम। सो बहुत बहुत बढ़िया, ऐसे कितने हमारे जैसे लोगों को तैयार किया है उन्होंने, बहुत बहुत बढ़िया बात है। और बहुत स्मार्टनेस है उनके लैंग्वेज में, उनके प्रेजेंटेशन में, बिहेवियर में। मैं एक सब्जेक्ट आपके सामने रखना चाहता हूं सर, सिर्फ डिस्कशन के लिए, गप्पा मारने के लिए सेशन रखूंगा। गप्पा मारने के लिए बोले तो डिस्कशन ऑन द पर्टिकुलर एक क्रिएटिव सपोज टू इंटेलिजेंसी, है ना, जैसा कि जस्ट इंटरेक्शन बिटवीन ऑल द पीपल, जैसे कि सोनू सर है, ऐसे लैंग्वेज। देखो बिहार की हिंदी सुनने के लिए बहुत अच्छी है, वैसे तमिलनाडु की इंग्लिश बहुत अच्छी है ना। ओके सर।